RJ over there.
And Rev's over there.
And it is Friday, June 27, 2014. And because it's Friday, it's what?
Best of.
Best of. And this time, it's best of the favorite shows that are no longer on the television.
They are gone. They are canceled. They are run. They've run their
course. They could have
course.
just run their course, or they could have been canceled. In my case, it's a little bit of both.
And we will do these in no particular order, of course, this week.
Yep. Would you like to start us off this time, sir?
I would love to. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and start. One of my favorites is probably one that nobody's really heard of. It's called Todd and the Book of Pure Evil. It was a Canadian television show that was a little bit like Buffy meets Degrassi with a whole lot of metal and humor thrown in.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually a really fun show. It only ran 2 seasons, but right now they're in the process of, they already kickstarted an animated movie that will finish up and tie off all the questions. So
interesting.
Left by the cliffhanger.
And I don't know that one at all. Not even a little bit. So.
It's cool. I was watching it before everybody's into it.
Friggin' hipster. So I'm going to start us off with a show that I didn't even think I would like. I kind of came into it accidentally because there were 3 beautiful women on TV, and I was like, oh, they're pretty.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and then they got me hooked. The show I'm talking about is Charmed.
I love that show.
I absolutely. I have the Blu-ray.
The book.
And I don't just say Blu-ray set. I have the Book of Charmed in my house.
The Book of Shadows, right?
The Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
I call it the Book of Charmed because we open
it
up
up
and it's
all
full
the
freaking Blu-ray. But the reason I bought it was because Alyssa Milano reviewed this. I follow her on Twitter, and she did this review, and she said this is the closest thing to the replica of
what
the
was
book
on set
in the show.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I got to buy this, and I bought it, and it is amazing, and it's a great show, and I did. It was a complete accident that I even started watching the show and fell in love with it, except for the last season got a little weird.
Yeah.
And that one didn't get canceled, although it kind of did.
It
was like
they were like,
we're
y'all,
done,
y'all should probably go ahead and tie it up.
Right. Yeah, so
just go ahead and wrap it up.
What 7 seasons?
It ran a lot.
So
it ran a long time.
Great show.
So my second one's gonna be Reaper, actually.
Oh my God, this was on Fox.
Reaper? No, it was on the CW, and actually it was on the CW, WB, whatever you want to call it.
Oh no, it was the other show that kid did after that one got canceled. It was on Fox, the airline show that he did.
I have no clue about that one.
Yeah,
but Reaper is basically about a kid who turns out he's like kind of the son of the devil, and his soul.
Well, he's the son of the current Grim Reaper, right? Isn't that it? Or
no,
he's the son of the devil.
No, he is a Reaper though. A Reaper
is a Reaper. Yeah.
A Reaper. He has the powers to become a Reaper to get his soul back and to be a Reaper.
That show? One of his supporting cast, the bigger dude with the beard,
is hilarious.
But every show he's in gets canceled.
Yeah, I've actually got another show on my list with him in it.
He's a curse.
So he's also got a new show on the Hulu right now too, and it's hilarious.
I have no doubts, but it'll be gone. And I think he's funny too. Actually,
I remember
that show.
Is his name Tyler Labine?
Yeah, Tyler Labine.
Yeah.
So the kid, not Tyler, but the kid that you're talking about, the Reaper, he was in a show on Fox. After that one got canceled, it was some airline show.
No clue.
It was like Just an Air.
I don't know, man.
It was funny.
So what do you got for me?
Moving down the line, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the show that I used to watch before Charmed that got me kind of pulled into Charmed, or actually came on after Charmed, and it was Smallville. It came on after Charmed on the CW. It wasn't the CW at the time. It was actually the Warner Brothers. It was the friggin' WB.
It was the WB.
Yeah.
And for our local affiliate, it was the WB20. It's WB20. By God.
So
throw up the deuce.
For those of you who don't know, I am a Marvel fan, but I'm a very hardcore DC Superman guy. I love Superman.
And I hate him.
I know, but I love Superman. I've always been a Superman fan.
He's a jerk. It's only because he's like, Superman needs his superpowers, so let's give it to him. It's fine. He gets all of them now.
He does really just have them all. But Smallville was a very interesting take on the Superman storyline.
I agree.
This was Clark Kent, and we knew from the very beginning, because the producers made no bones about it, this show will end the day he becomes Superman.
Absolutely,
like, that will be how
That's
the show
how it
ends.
Yeah.
Because this show isn't about Superman.
It's not. It's about the growing into being Superman.
And so it started with him as a freshman in high school. It followed him through college. I mean, the show was on for like 8 years.
Yeah, it was a long-running show.
It focused on his relationship with Lana Lang before he even met
before he met Lois.
Lois Lane, right? Allison Mack played Chloe, who was Lois Lane's cousin.
I believe.
Kristen Kierick played Lana Lang. and the ever-talented Erica Durance played Lois Lane, the beautiful, talented Erica Durance, who was on another show that isn't on the United States anymore called Saving Hope. It's still up there in Canada, though. So, but I really like this. But they made cute little jokes. Like,
there were always
cute little jokes. Like at one point when someone had asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, or someone literally recommended that he be a flight attendant. He's like, I am not gonna go fly around in a stupid suit.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, oh, come on. Like, that was just so I liked it. And granted, I was a little older, I think, than their target audience because I was the
exact
you
age
were the
age. Target audience.
Yeah, you were.
I watched that show and I was like, I'm done.
But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, Smallville. Just
so the next one on my list is another show with Tyler the Bean that got canceled. It's called Sons of Tucson.
I love this show, and I knew as soon as you said another show with him canceled, I knew that was
Sons of Tucson. I actually stumbled upon that after I watched Reaper. I didn't even know what this show was. Right. I remember seeing adverts for it, but it's basically
they hyped
where
the crap out of that show, which is what killed it.
That's what killed it.
Yeah.
And because Fox moved the time it was on every 5 minutes, they would just change it.
I know.
So it was about these two kids who their dad is in jail, but they still have all his money, and they hire
tons of money,
and because he's in jail for embezzling, and they hire a guy who works at like a
Lowe's
Home Depot or something,
Home Depot,
and to be their fake dad,
yeah,
and they get hijinks ensue.
Right.
And now normally I would say that in complete sarcasm, but it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It's also cutesy.
It's the whole family heartwarming.
It was a great.
It was a fantastic show, and it only ran. I want to say 2 seasons again.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3. It wasn't a long run, but yeah, and it's just done. And there were short seasons too.
Oh, I know. Because it was a summer replacement to start with.
It was.
And then, so the first season was like 8 episodes.
The first season did really good.
Yeah.
And then no one turned back in to watch it because they took like a year off to film the rest of it. And then by the time it came back, they were like, what is this show?
Forgot about it.
Yeah,
they did. So, all right. Moving on to a show that also yet wasn't canceled. Now, this is a show that maybe nobody's ever heard of. It's a very tiny little show. It was on AMC.
Oh.
It starred a little actor, not very well known. He was in Malcolm in the Middle.
I heard he was a dad in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, he was the dad on Malcolm in the Middle. Bryan Cranston is his name. What's
the show called?
It's called Breaking Bad.
Bitch.
Yeah,
I had to.
I mean, dude. Yes, this is in my top 5 because it's Breaking freaking Bad.
It's amazing. It is one of the best shows that have been, and it changed the way television was thought of in storytelling.
And literally, Vince kept coming up with ways for you to hate. Like, oh, you don't hate.
I love Walter. I hate Walter. I love Walter. I hate Walter.
It's like, oh, you still like him?
Give me a couple episodes.
Because I will make him. I mean, like, I'm going to introduce you to this guy named Gus, and he's going to be evil as hell, and then we're going to show you just how little kitty cat, kitten, warm, fuzzy he is compared to Walter White.
Yeah.
I mean, dude is sick. He was sick.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Boom. Oh, my God.
By the way, if you haven't watched Breaking Bad now that you're mad because we did a spoiler for it.
That's the best scene.
You already ran out your 6-month limit.
You did. Yeah, it's been a year, dude.
I know, but I'm just saying, I have a rule.
Oh, I know.
After a show is done,
for 6 months.
You get 6 months. If you don't take it,
and by the way,
it's your own fault.
This is why for shows like, and I'll talk about Lost for 2 seconds, it's not on my list. I waited until 3 years after the show was done to watch the whole thing.
I did too, and you know what? Don't see the hype there.
So
I
liked it. It's
all right.
But Breaking Bad is a show that I will rewatch, and I don't say that about many shows.
I have rewatched it.
I have too.
Times.
But I mean again and again and again and again and again and again and that the problem is I binge on Breaking Bad. I can't watch.
No, you gotta watch a full season.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Next episode.
And that's how I watched. I was 3 seasons were done when I got into it.
Oh yeah, so you watched.
And I generally have a rule is that if I'm gonna get into a show, because of the way I watch things and because I know how schedules are, I require 3 seasons of the show to be completed. So 1, I know it's probably not gonna get canceled out of nowhere.
Hopefully.
And 2, I'm gonna have enough to
binge. Right, you can kind of binge a little bit in the summer while you're waiting for, and then of course, then you catch up and you're like, oh.
And then I get the weekly. I need my fix.
Yeah. So
all right. So I got another one. My fourth is gonna be How I Met Your Mother.
I kind of figured this was gonna be in your list.
I mean, it is the show of shows for me.
Yeah.
I may have come
into it late. I
only
have one complaint about that show.
What? The ending?
No. I mean, look, I'll let the show. I didn't like the ending, but I'm not gonna complain about it. No, it was funny. I was talking to somebody else about this recently, and they brought up an observation. It's like, for all the screwing around Barney ever did, they never talked about crabs on that show.
No. They didn't. But he was a really smart guy, so I mean, maybe he was like get down there and be like, no, because it's not like or maybe everybody he was with just didn't have any area for those to crawl around in. So
it's a funny show.
It's a great show. It is a coming of age show,
and it was a show
humor.
that wasn't supposed to be about Barney Stinson.
No, he was just supposed to be a very minor character in that show.
And that's happened a lot. I mean, look, Stephen Urkel in Family Matters was that way.
He was only supposed to be on for a couple episodes.
Yeah, that was it. But he kind of exploded.
Yeah, absolutely. So half the audience out there is like, I don't know who Stephen Urkel is. You got to do the Urkel sometimes, kids.
Maybe they know who Stefan Urkel is.
Oh, they probably do. So what's the next one you got?
Monk. You remember Monk? I know people are gonna be like, I love Monk. You know why I love Monk? I like crime shows. I do too. That's why I like Psych. Psych was almost on my list, and I actually went back and forth between these two a little bit. And I could sit here and talk NCIS. I could talk The Mentalist. I could talk Psych. I could talk
Numbers.
CSI about 7 years ago. Not recently. Numbers. There's one that got canceled.
Numbers, and it got canned. It had great ratings, and it got canned.
Damn you, CBS. But I chose Monk because Monk was the one show that gave you everything you needed to know to solve the crime in the first 2 minutes of the show, and you were just as awestruck as you could be usually because it was hard to follow. Like my favorite episode, and this is my Monk synopsis in a nutshell. Season 2, Season 3, I don't really remember. They go in, there's a guy hanging from the ceiling, looked like he committed suicide. Monk said it was so-and-so. So-and-so turns out to be an astronaut who was currently in orbit.
How is it? That's what?
And he did kill the guy.
Whoa, weird.
That's why I liked Monk. I mean, that to me, I'm not going to tell you how, because you seriously should go watch the show. I mean... It was an intellectual crime show about a guy with a debilitating mental disorder.
Yeah, he had a horrible mental disorder.
So, and a show similar to that, which I'll go ahead and throw in, is Perception, that I'm into right now.
Not really. I don't know anything about that show.
Good show. Rachel Lee Cook's in it.
So my last one, my total end-all be-all is it's Chuck. A show that I got really into right off the bat. I watched it. I watched that show religiously, except the last season. I refused. Yeah. I refused to watch the last season until 3 years after it was already off the air.
They turned Morgan Grimes into Intersect, and it was like, why?
They
didn't jump the shark. They took the shark. They had sex with the shark. They put it on display. They jumped over it like Robbie Knievel style.
No, they Bart Simpson skateboard over the Grand Canyon. Shark.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Not a good last season for you guys to go out on. So what's your last? I already know what your last one is.
So I'm gonna hit myself in the feels just a little
bit. How many weeks in a row have we gone and mentioned this show?
I'm
gonna have an intervention where we can no longer mention this show on this show. What is it? Come on.
Firefly.
Of course.
I mean, because it's Firefly.
I'm gonna say this. You're gonna get mad. I think nerds are a little bit too attached to that show.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I think.
Yes, I am.
I think there's an unnatural attachment.
What of it? What of it?
It's just 13 episodes.
What are you gonna do?
In a movie. 13 episodes in a movie.
In a movie. Hashtag 13 episodes in a movie. Dude, So look, I love Nathan Fillion
sci-fi.
because he's amazing. But the whole show, the whole cast, Alan Tudyk, and they all have their own shows now, which I like to see. I mean,
Adam Baldwin.
You got Castle, Adam Baldwin. Well, he had his own show. Chuck.
He actually still has his own show on MSNBC.
Oh yeah.
He's actually very into the political aspect of things these days. He's a super hardcore right wing guy.
I forgot about that. So, but yeah, Firefly, just because, I mean, yeah.
It's Firefly. So, quickly, what are your... We decided to go with 3 honorable mentions. What are your 3?
And I had 4. I'm going to cut one out.
Okay.
So, my honorable mentions are, one you absolutely hate, The Dollhouse.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Elijah Dushku fan. I appreciated they gave him the ability to wrap that show up, but they had to do it in such a hurry that when they canceled the show, it really just kind of fell flat.
Yeah.
But I was still a big fan. And that was canceled. Another completely canceled. Actually, all 3 of my honorable mentions, by the way, will hit me right in the feels. The Sarah Connor Chronicles, because look,
that was a good show.
Terminator on TV at the premise, I was worried
really
too,
but it turned out really well, and it got canned out of nowhere because you kept moving the time around.
Well, you kept moving the time around, and I'm gonna put this out there, Summer Glau. I love you. You're a curse to shows.
Yeah.
She was on Firefly. Got canceled. She was on The Dollhouse. Got canceled. She was on The 4400.
Canceled.
Got canceled. And I love Summer Glau, by the way. I'm just.
Wait, are you going to tell me that since she was on Big Bang Theory, that hopefully that'll get canceled too? Because that is the blackface of nerd comedy.
But she's not a regular on the show. They'd have to bring her. But yeah, as soon as you look. If
you really want your favorite show to get canceled, have them bring her on as a character. Or Tyler Levine.
My last one is Joe. So I'm gonna start crying in a minute. My last show that also got canceled stars a man who plays a guy by the name of Augie in Covert Affairs currently. This is a show you probably never heard of. No one's ever heard of, which is why it got canceled. Jake 2.0.
Never heard of it. Is this kind of like The Pretender?
No,
that was one of my favorite
this is like what Chuck. This is basically Chuck before Chuck was Chuck.
Huh.
So Jake 2.0 is about a guy who is an IT tech who got infected with nanobots, little nanites.
Okay. And
became basically freaking Chuck. I mean, literally, it was Chuck. This whole show. So, because I remember when Chuck came out, I was like, this is Jake 2.0. And our friend Beth is the only person that knew what the hell I was talking about when I said that.
Didn't you tell me to go watch this like it was on Hulu or something back in the day? I don't think I ever got around to it.
I think you'd like it, actually.
I'll probably go check it out.
It was only 2 or 3 seasons. I can't remember the actor's name. That's why I just say he plays Augie in Covert Affairs, because I've completely forgotten his name now. But those are my 3. Dollhouse, Sarah Connor, Chronicles, and
my 3 are which, by the way, 2 of these are cartoons, and one of which is a show that you would probably never think that I would watch.
Oh.
Ever.
So I didn't read your list. I'm excited.
One of my first honorable mentions is Young Justice. It was the cartoon based on the younger Justice League members, and basically Cartoon Network canned it because they said, oh, well, only girls are watching that show, and we can't sell superheroes to girls. Didn't we just talk about this earlier in the week, like twice? You bunch of jerks. The second one...
Oh, was that too subtle? Sorry.
The second one was The Cleveland Show. If you were to ask me back in the day what I thought was a funny list of things, it would have gone Family Guy, American Dad, and Cleveland Show. So, to this day, it's American Dad... And it's really hard.
By the way, American Dad is crap. I'm sorry.
No, it's the funniest show out there ever.
Cleveland Show is funny-ish. Family Guy is amazing.
See, but that's my thing. I'm American Dad, Cleveland, Family Guy. Family Guy is kind of crap to me these days. Yeah, it's just not as funny.
No, it's not as funny as it used to be. But I never liked Family Guy or
American Dad. I love American Dad.
Never liked it.
So the third one, and I'm kind of like, this is a guilty pleasure show, I guess. I feel dirty just admitting this.
You gonna say the Powerpuff Girls?
No, it's Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
I hated that damn show.
And it was hilarious.
I hated that show, and I liked...
James Vanderbeek as James Vanderbeek.
Well, that's fun. He had a new show that I think also got canceled, didn't it? Just came on this season. Didn't it get canceled
I don't know
already?
if it was on this season, but I think he was also playing James Vanderbeek.
Something about Friends' sex lives or something like that.
But he was playing James Vanderbeek in it. And James
by the way,
playing
James,
himself
is funny.
is the best thing you've ever seen.
He was the funniest part of that show. The reason I didn't like the show, and I liked the actress, the brunette who was in Breaking Bad.
She was Jesse's girlfriend.
Crap, what's her name?
I can't remember her name, but I will tell you
her
this.
Her character annoyed the crap out of me.
If they were to make a new Beetlejuice movie, she's Lydia Deetz.
Oh, dude, she is totally...
Now, with that said, I love that show. It was Two Broke Girls before Two Broke Girls.
But... It was.
Oh, it was over the top. That's why I loved it.
Too far.
I don't think it was too far.
I mean, Whitney Cummings does a better job at writing Two Broke Girls because and Kat Denning and
no one remembers the blonde girl's name. Don't worry. Don't even try. Don't even look for it. You don't even know it. People out there are like, yeah, I don't even know what the IMDb about
I like her, but that show's much. I think it's better written. Although, speaking of canceled shows, Whitney show didn't make it.
Nope, that was a terrible show though.
Her in-show beau has a new show called Undateable. Yes, she
does, which looks pretty good.
It's hilarious. It'll be gone next year.
Yeah, guarantee it.
Just FYI.
He is going to be one of those show curses, and I just know he is.
Yeah. He's funny as hell, by the way.
Absolutely.
He's great comedy stand-up.
So I think that's it for the week, man.
That's not just it for the day. You're right. That's it for the week.
We're done, man. So
next week's gonna be a big week. I'm predicting it. I'm gonna lay it down right now.
Because this week was boring.
So
we didn't have a lot of stuff.
You want to look us up on Facebook? We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, come hang out with us on the YouTubes. Watch our little videos. By the way, we're glad to be back. We took a week off. We will probably be doing this every few months or so to just take a week for ourselves.
It was getting close to summertime. And
I wanted to go to Dollywood Splash Country, and by damned it, I didn't care if you all suffered for a week.
Yeah, that's basically what
happened. Really what happened. So,
but we are back. And it wasn't nearly like the crazy hiatus we had earlier in the year.
No. This was accidental. So we took like 3 weeks, 4 weeks off.
That was bad.
Yeah. So.
But we'll be back next week. We got shows lined up for you. And, did we tell you to like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube?
Oh, my good Lord.
I don't think we mentioned that.
You should probably do that.
So there's a reason. I keep saying that. I want to give this CD away, people.
He wants to give it away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Yeah. So, check us out. And we will see you next week.
We can't give you free stuff. Don't come back. Let's fucking wrap it up, yeah.
Best of in 3, 2. What fucking day is it? 28th.
Yeah,
28th.
I think it is. 28th. Wait, nope.
Yeah, Friday. 28th.
Nope, 27th.
Oh yeah, because Saturday's 20. I was thinking about Saturday. I had Saturday in my head. In 3, 2. Hey, welcome back to That Stupid Podcast. It is Friday, June 27th.
Yeah, it is. It's 27th. It's
All
okay.
right.
2014.
And it's best of.
It is Friday. Time for the best of list.
And we're gonna get our top favorite 5 fucking shows. Gotta start over. I completely just.
You just shit the bed.
I really did.
Wow, you just shit the bed real quick on that one.
I was. I don't know what the hell just happened to me, but it happens occasionally. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. In 3, 2.